Hello YouTube. You'll be wondering if I'm performing some sort of operation. It is a crafting operation. So I decided, my Grogu that I did an unboxing with the other day, I decided that I wanted to bedazzle it and make him sparkly. So I've got all my gems and I'm just going in one by one, adding them to him. I'm doing like the ear as the tester, but I think it's absolutely fine. So I think I'll do ears and then back of the head and do the face last. So that's going to be the best bit. I think the idea came from watching this other lady's video. She went to Disney World in Florida and she got a popcorn bucket. The popcorn buckets are really popular in Disneyland, or Disney World, sorry. Like each area of the park will have a different theme, so there's like a Star Wars area, Toy Story area, and in that area they sell like cups, merchandise, and popcorn buckets are a massive thing. Anyway, so I saw this lady, she got a Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket and she added jewels to it and it looked incredible. I saw that ages ago. And then I was just sat here looking at Grogu, and then yeah, I was just like, I wanna jewel him up, just because I can. So doing that at the moment. It is quite time consuming, but I think in a minute I'll put some like music or like a little film on, something easy just in the background, and then I'll just crack on with it. I was supposed to go to Mai Tai earlier, but I've had this awful cold. And everything in my body is screaming not to go today. Yeah, it started with a sore throat and I felt quite smug because I thought, oh, it's not materialised to anything else. And then I started getting like everything else that comes with a cold. So it's just worn me out. But I've been doing some like crafty bits, doing lots of exploring of towns that I've never been to before, which has been fun. I love doing that because you always like meet some cool people, but I feel like I have to catch you up on the last time that I saw you. So what happened last time? I went to the Mind Body Spirit Festival, and on the coach journey back I had an absolute nightmare. So the coach, waiting like outside in the baking hot sun, like it was heat wave in London, and like London has a different type of heat wave because there's no breeze. Yeah, so London has absolutely no breeze at all, so it was baking hot. And we were waiting at the coach station at the side of the road and there was no shade, and I started to feel like queasy. Do you know when you have too much sun, like borderline heat stroke sort of feeling? And then like the coach kept getting more and more delayed, and it was an hour and 40 minutes late. And then we got on the coach, started driving along the motorway, and we were sat right at the front so you could hear it. The like control system started beeping and making this awful noise, so we had to pull over on the side of the motorway. The driver got out and I think made a few phone calls and did his things, and he said, right, everyone keep your fingers crossed, we're gonna see if we can pull off. So he managed to, carried on driving for a bit, and then it started making this awful loud like beeping noise again, and he had to pull over and he was like, everyone just bear with me. And I mean, I can't imagine how stressful that would have been for him, but he handled it really well, and he just said like, we're going to have to wait for another coach to come and pick us up. So we had to sit on this coach for a bit, and then another one pulled up. We had to walk along the side of the motorway and jump in the other one. So something different to experience. So I've been getting into some crafting projects, I think, just to like fill my time up a little bit, and I like doing crafty stuff. So I'll show you my key rings in a minute once I've finished this section. But let me show you these other things that I have been working on. So I decided to create a key ring out of like an old Star Wars figure. Again, I saw this idea online. There are quite a lot of people doing it, and they basically just get the old figure, put the loop into its head, and then decorate the key ring with different beads and stuff. I was so proud of this one yesterday. And then look what I did. Let me turn this round first and then I'm going to show you. It's supposed to say Shadow Lord, but I got the letters mixed up. LODR, which is annoying. I just don't want to take it all off yet. I'm not ready to. But basically I'm going to add lots of other things, so it's going to be a big chunky key ring. So I'm just basically looking for some other bits. And for my second one, Chewbacca. He had his little weapon. His just says Chewy. So I was looking for these figures. I went in a toy shop and they had like new ones, and I just didn't want to spend all that money. So I went into this like retro gaming shop and he let me have 2 for £10. And then since, I've had a look on like Vinted, and I've ordered some more off of there. And I do want to go to a car boot to see if people are selling other ones. But yesterday I went on the bead hunt. So I got these from the range. There wasn't a lot around. I had to go to like 2 different towns and 3 different shops. And in another shop, I'm not going to mention names, so I got this for like £4 in the range. And in another expensive high street shop, £22. So I did get a bargain. Just some like letter ones and other ones, and then I had to go to a few different shops to get like the actual keychains, but I still want more because after putting this on it does look a bit sparse, so I just want to add to it maybe like bows or chunky key rings or other bits. So I've been enjoying that, but like I said, I have brought some more figures. I really wanted Jar Jar Binks and Queen Amidala and Wickets, one of the little Ewoks, taking everything Star Wars and adding a bit of pizzazz to it. And can you imagine that all over his head? I'm so excited. I did go to see the Mandalorian and Grogu film the other day and it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. There's not going to be any spoilers, but yeah, it was my first Star Wars film in the cinema and it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it and it was such a good film. And I have since watched little clips on social media and there are quite a lot of things from like the old Star Wars films that they've added in the new one, which I think is really cool. And one thing that I noticed was I went to Disney World in Florida last year, and in the Star Wars section they had popcorn stands and they were selling like specifically red and blue popcorn, and I noticed in the film Grogu was eating the red popcorn, so I thought that was cool. Oh, he's looking good. I'm actually really impressed with how it's going so far, and the jewels are sticking nicely, so perfect. What I'm gonna do is sit on the settee, and I think I might put a film on and just crack on with this, but I will keep you updated with the progress. This is my progress update report. He looks like he's got a dodgy hairline at the moment, but it's going really well. Let me show you the back. Day 2 of the Grogu makeover. Let me show you the progress. I made good pace last night. I carried on doing him probably until about 9 o'clock. So that was quite a lot of hours I spent on him. So I've just basically got like the back of this ear, tidy up the bottom of the head a little bit, face, and then the inside ears. I've got pink gems for this bit, and I haven't decided really what I'm going to do with the like inside ear, but I love him. He's so good. And check this out. If you watched my unboxing video of Grogu, you would have seen that his noise box didn't work. And I've obviously tried it since, still didn't work. And now all of a sudden last night, he started making noises. Is that magic? But I do want to show you what else I picked up in the shop today in my bag of goodies. So yesterday I showed you the key rings that I started making, and then I've just sort of decided to go full steam ahead with collecting the figures to be able to make different ones. I really wanted Jabba the Hutt, but there's just no figures that I've seen of him. So I was in Home Bargains earlier. They've got loads of figures in there, and Home Bargains is a really good price. So I found these, I don't know how you pronounce them, Sums. And basically, you get all these characters and a mystery one, and I love that it has got Jabba the Hutt, but like a cute version. You get a few other ones. I love C-3PO, but I don't think he'd withstand putting a pin in the back. And then I got this mystery one. I don't really know who it is, if I'm honest. And then I've got Boba Fett at the top as well. I'm watching the series about him on Disney Plus at the moment, and it's really, really good. Of course, I just dropped it everywhere. I had a bit of a nightmare in the shops earlier. It was really busy, and I was buying all these characters and a couple of other bits, and the deal didn't come off, so I had to go back to get. But whilst I was at the till, my card was getting declined, and then I also noticed that these figures weren't the price that I thought they were on the shelf, so I just said I'll put my stuff to the side, I'll go back round, get the right item for the deal for the other stuff, and then join the queue again, because I didn't want to put everybody else out. So I left my stuff at the end of the till, and when I came back, this other lady was packing up her shopping, and she knocked my stuff onto the floor, and my package fell apart, and I was just a bit disappointed. But luckily it didn't break, but it just all came apart. So I got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. I loved this as a kid, and I really love the tough warthog, rhino feel of it. So I want to add all this to a keychain. I don't know how I will manage this, but I'm really going to try. And this one is actually oh my god, I can't remember what they were called from when I was a kid, but you put that in it, push it in, and then pull it out, and it will send him flying. I haven't actually tried that yet though. I got Scumbug. I love the colours of this one, but I think this must be from one of the more recent series of the Ninja Turtles, because I don't really recognise the look of this one. But I really want Rocksteady, so I might actually have to look out in other Home Bargains. Like I said, the rhino, I love that. Brutish, I want that on a keyring with some other greys. So for some reason I just decided to go full steam, but I always do that with new hobbies. I will just go barreling ahead and get everything to do with it. And then I got the Joker. I thought he'd be really good. I think this was about £2. I'm hoping the hook will go into his head, but I did see online some dice key rings and some dice beads with the 8 balls and the little Joker cards, and when I saw this I thought it would be perfect. I haven't actually purchased that online yet, but I will be. So basically I'm getting more figures than I have beads and accessories, but I'm super excited. So I will obviously keep you updated with the keyring making process. So we're going to continue with Grogu's head. I do want to try and get him finished today, and it's just the question of the hands and then the feet. Feet you don't see, hands. Do I bedazzle these? I think so. So the shopping trip earlier was a nightmare, because then I got these 2 3-litre bottles of drink, and then I was juggling all of those boxes. Got to the boot of my car, one of the 3-litre bottles just slipped out my hand, and it was in slow motion. It bounced, flew up in the air, and then it bounced again, and I just thought, here we go. And then that's when you hear it, or the air escaping, and it just started squirting everywhere. But luckily, because of the pressure, it sort of pushed it underneath my car, so it was just coming up and hitting my leg. So I just left it there for a bit to drain itself. Unfortunately, I wasted a 3-litre bottle of drink having dropped it on the floor. So with this, all you do is put all the beads in and then give it a shake, and it sets them all out colour side up. I had previously, when I first started doing like bedazzling, adding these gemstones to things, I was doing it manually with my fingers, turning each one up, and it just took so long. And then I saw these online. Now I'm flicking it too hard, and it's excellent. That'll do. And then I've got this little stick, so this side's like waxy and it sticks to the gemstones, like I'll show you. Just like that. Which is really handy. And then I've just got this side for like poking it around if one like flips the other way when I'm doing his head. And I went back to my martial arts class earlier. I've missed a few classes just because I've been feeling really unwell. So it was the first one back today and it went really well. I really enjoyed it. For some reason I always get myself like anxious before going. I don't know why, because when I go I really enjoy it. I love it. I have been losing a lot of these gems, and they either have gone all over the settee, somehow end up around the house, or you end up standing on them. Some of them are actually quite spiky when you stand on them. But yesterday when I did this, it was quite nice. I just put the TV on and I watched this 3-part series. It's called Missing. Prior to watching that, I watched the documentary about it. Exactly the same topic. It's really interesting. I like true crime documentaries, and I could sort of just like listen to it in the background whilst I was doing this. I've lost quite a few to the settee now. Oh my god, I just found him. I almost lost him. This is one of the Gorgarian guards, Jabba the Hutt's guards. I love this. I actually wanted a big figure of this, but I haven't found any yet, so I've just got the little thumb. I'll pop him in the bag so I don't lose him. It was really funny this morning. I was getting changed and getting ready to go to this shop because I've been exploring lots of new areas and shops, and I had this one in mind because it had already been recommended to me. Anyway, I posted my videos for the day. This is on TikTok. And someone like commented almost immediately on it saying, come down to this shop, I'm going to be there all day until 2 p.m. And I was literally just getting ready to go to that shop. It was really strange. But I went and I got some really good bargains. But the most exciting thing was that I got a massive pickle. A pickle in this sachet, and it is huge. The pickle's probably about that big, but it's a sour one. But yeah, I got a few bits, some really good bargains, and I've been meeting some like really nice people as I'm going around exploring, just trying new things, going to new places. I love looking around shops, and obviously I'm doing everything on a budget at the moment, so I'm just trying to keep it all like low cost, but walking around new towns and seeing new places that I've never been to before is just really interesting for me. I like getting out. It gives me something to do as well. So that's that section. At the moment it just looks like it's got a dodgy hairline, but I'm really impressed with how it's going. So I will show you the face when we get to it.
And they've explained what happened.
Now we're going to go in with the pink gems on the ears, and I want to get, let me show you, over his eyelid ever so slightly is a little bit of pink, and a little circle on the cheek and inner ears. So the goal is I think to cover those bits first and then do the rest of the gems around that. But I've just realised that these are tiny compared to the green ones and it's going to take so long. And I've only got 2 packets of these, so I really hope that they stretch out over the ears because they're quite a large surface space.
Immediately started.
We're glad you're out.
When he was talking.
Inappropriate photos of the girls.
So I am finished finally. I am very thankful he is complete, and he did take quite a few more days because it was just so time consuming. Now as you can see, there's a little bit of pink on his cheeks, on the eyelid and around the lips. That's because the natural colouring of, I say natural, there's nothing natural about Grogu, but that's because there's a little bit of pink on his features anyway, so I thought I'd try and highlight that. He looks a little bit like cute and girly, but I like that. I did his hands as well. And if you watched my unboxing, you would have seen that my Grogu did not make any noise when I unboxed him, and that was with his little hand button. Well, I started bedazzling him and all of a sudden, like magic, he started making noise. How crazy is that? It's like magic. So I decided to do like a little ring around his little button so I could press it without knocking any jewels off. That's the back of the head. And this is Grogu compared to his plain counterpart. Yes, he does keep losing jewels everywhere. They are sticking to absolutely everything, falling off some of them, but overall I'm so happy with the finished result. I think he looks adorable, and at night time he just glistens. So it was a really nice little project to do. Let me show you some of the other stuff I've been getting up to. So I've been on a little like Star Wars side quest to create key rings out of Star Wars figures. So I've been looking in different places. I went to like this retro gaming shop and I picked up, oh, I've already showed you those 2. Then I was having a look on Vinted. Ah, excellent. Let me show you all the figures that I did get off there. So this person was doing a bundle and oops. I'm literally like surrounded by Star Wars stuff at the moment because I'm just organising stuff I'm selling and doing more craft stuff. So the ones I'm dropping them all most excited about was Wicket and Mickey, a Star Wars Mickey, because I will be going to Disney World at some point again and I'll be able to decorate him for my bag. So I just got like a nice selection of these, and then I went to the car boot at the weekend, which was an absolute faff because on the Saturday, obviously car boots are usually always Sundays. Yeah, on the Saturday I was like, I'm just too impatient, I've got to go and find a car boot. So I found one that was an hour and 10 minutes drive away and drove all the way there, pulled into the field, and there was about 8 cars in there and most of them were like packing up and my heart sank. I thought, oh no. So still got out and had a look, but yeah, there just wasn't anything. So then I was like, either drive home or go to the second one, which wasn't far off the natural like journey home anyway. So drove down there, which was another 40 minutes. And I've never seen a car boot like it. It was an experience. It was like in the forest. There was probably about 2 cars there, spread out. Didn't get out the car at that one, just decided to go home after that. So that's what my impatience got me. But then the next day went along to a car boot, and the first stall that I went to, I saw some Star Wars figures, so I managed to get these 2. That's Rey, and I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. It is Liam Neeson. If you've watched the Star Wars films, Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't know, I can't remember his name, but yeah, these two for £2.50. And then I'm really excited about this. I got a Chewbacca plush toy, and he was brand new. He had his little tag on him as well. I pulled that off because I gave him a wash, but I've turned him into a keychain, which I'm going to put on my bag. So I had to buy some like thread and this really thick needle that's also a bit blunt so it doesn't damage, but I just threaded that through a few times, and I've attached this. So he's going to go on the handbag with, like, say one of these all jazzed up, and that will be it. So I'm really excited. And then I've just been like looking around other shops. Let me show you what else I've got. I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I've been going in Home Bargains, just having a mooch round. Obviously trying not to spend too much money, but I got some of these. I really like Rocksteady, but I don't know if he's too big for a keyring, and he's so big in the box. I was looking at it, look down there, if you can see that, there's probably a little bit of glare, that's his arm, and then I realised he's so big in the box that they've had to remove one of his arms and put it under there, so I'm going to have to attach that. So he is kind of light. I'm just going to have to see if the like hook will go in there. I then was having a look on eBay at Biggers and found two that I'm ever so excited about. Jar Jar Binks. These were only a couple of pounds as well. Jar Jar Binks, and they have these like little, what are they? I forgot what they're called. Comtech chips. So basically on the back of the box it shows you can get like this little black box. I'm not sure if they're still a thing because I think these are quite old, but you get this box, put the Comtech chip on it, and then it will say a few phrases of the character, and it tells you what phrases on the back. And I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to disgrace myself trying to do Jar Jar Binks' accent. And Queen Amidala, when she's in the red dress, I really like that. And I've seen like Disney ears that you can get of her. Do you know, like the Mickey Mouse ones, which I kind of want. But I've seen other people put these chips as an accessory on the keychain as well. So I will show you this. I feel a little bit bad opening the box up because these are really nice characters, but it's got to be done. I want to make them into keychains. So that's me at the moment. I'm just really happy with how some of my little crafting things have gone. It's been really nice to, like, once I've done lots of things in the day, I just sort of sit down, maybe put a documentary on in the background and work on some of my little crafting things, and I'm really enjoying it. I had an email this morning about details for my start date for employment, which I'm super excited about starting. I am on a like weight loss journey at the moment, but overall, like, getting fitter, getting stronger, getting healthier. I just want to be healthy. It's not so much about weight loss, but I think losing weight will help alleviate some of the other issues that I struggle with. So I'm doing that, and I'm going to document that separately, which I'm excited about, to see the change and compare. I'm just feeling positive. And in the evenings, I've been trying not to go on my phone as much. And for the last few nights, I've been doing this like live webinar with this guy that's really popular on social media, done ever so well, got multiple businesses now, multiple millionaire. And a lot of these people that do that do like free webinars, obviously to sell their business during and at the end, but like just to learn from somebody in the industry that's done really well. So that's been really interesting. So I've been filling my evenings with that. Instead of scrolling on my phone, I've been learning. I sit there with my notepad, take notes, and I'm slowly going to make changes to how I am online. I think it just gives you more of a structured plan on posting rather than just doing random stuff. I have been filling my time, I feel like, really nicely. It's been a nice blend of activities, doing things that I love, slowing down and just enjoying myself a bit more, and I'm loving it. I feel so incredibly good at the moment. So that is the finished Grogu project. I'm ever so happy, and stay tuned for the finished outcome with my little keychain Star Wars side quest that I'm doing at the moment. I will update you with how I get on and how they develop. Thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for any support. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I love making videos, and I'm just really happy that some people are coming along for the journey with me. See you later.